Hi, my name is Chuck Lesser. I'm the principal at Keewatin Elementary School. Today I'm going to be reading Chapter 5 of Lily's Story, A Puppy Tale by W. Bruce Cameron. What I knew about Maggie Rose, knew more than anything, was that she loved me. It was in the tender way her lips touched my face. It was in the warm, soft feel of her hands stroking me, in the way she stared into my eyes and cuddled me against her cheek. I was the puppy she loved. And if something was making her unhappy, I needed to fix it. I just hoped she would give me a chance. Would I see her again soon? I thought I probably would. Sure enough, Maggie Rose came back every day. I soon knew her scent and the sound of her footsteps, and I'd be waiting at the gate when she arrived, my tail wagging hard enough to make my entire butt wiggle. My girl would take me out and hug me and pet me. She'd sit on the floor and let me climb in her lap and lick her chin and sniff at her clothes, which were always full of the interesting odors she brought with her. Most days my girl arrived with Mom, but every now and then a man came with them both. His name was Dad. He was taller than Mom and had shorter hair and a wide smile. He knew my name was Lily. "Hello, Lily," he would greet me. His voice was strong and deep. I liked Dad. I especially liked his shoes. A complicated and marvelous smell clung to them, especially the soles. Like Maggie Rose's tennis shoes smelled a little like Dad's. Plus, the laces were so good for pulling on. I loved Maggie Rose's shoes. I loved Maggie Rose. It wasn't long before I learned what made Maggie Rose's shoes, and Dad's too, smell so good. A day came when Maggie Rose scooped me up in her hands. "Come on, Lily, we're taking you outside," she told me. Amelia and Mom picked my brothers up. They carried us down the hall to a door. My mother dog followed anxiously. When they pushed open the door, I was astounded. A blast of warm air brought us so many new scents. I could see my brothers' noses twitching frantically, and mine was doing the same. Giggling, Maggie Rose set me down in the short grass. "I love it when they see the outside for the first time," Amelia said as she put White-tailed Brother down beside me. "Outside! Outside was the best!" I wanted to do nothing but press my nose to the ground and inhale everything. But naturally, my brothers thought we were all out there to play. "Let's climb on Lily." I dashed away from them, and Maggie Rose followed. Now we were all playing. "Chase me." Maggie Rose was chasing me, and my brothers were chasing her while my mother sat and watched alertly. My girl was laughing and laughing. What a great day. I wanted to stay in outside forever, but after a while we were all carried back to our pen. I slipped immediately into a nap, pressed up against my mother, dreaming of outside. I loved outside, nearly as much as I loved Maggie Rose, and she loved me. But all this love did not fix the problem. Deep inside, Maggie Rose was still sad, still wistful. I could tell that she was longing for something she could not have. I could make her giggle, and she covered me with as many kisses as I gave, but I couldn't take away the deep sadness. What Maggie Rose needed to do, I decided, was to come live with me here, in the place with all the dog kennels. She could sleep between my mother and me. I would work on keeping her giggling all day and night. But Maggie Rose did not do this. She always went home at night, although she came back each day. Sometimes her big brothers came too. "Hey, Runt, still playing with the flower dog?" Brian, the shorter one, asked one day as I was trying to pull a rope toy out of Maggie Rose's hand. I was very interested in Brian's arrival because he held some peanut butter pressed between two pieces of bread and was chewing at it. "Perfect dog for you. Look, she's so tiny and weak, she can't even win at tug of war." Maggie Rose's shoulders hunched stubbornly. "There's nothing wrong with being little," she answered. Brian snorted. "Oh, no? Oh, I know. I used to be little too, when I was a baby. Bye, runt." He went on down the hall, taking his peanut butter with him. I watched him leave regretfully. "There's nothing wrong with being little," my girl repeated softly to me. "Better to be little and nice than big and mean, Lily, right?" She let go of the rope toy, so I won. I gripped it in my teeth and shook it hard. Then I ran back to her and plopped the damp bit of rope in her lap so we could play again. While I tugged, I heard a door open somewhere. Footsteps approached. New people were arriving. I leaped into Maggie Rose's lap so I could check them out from a safe place. Mom came down the hall leading another woman, a man, a boy who was bigger than Maggie Rose but smaller than Brian. "These are wonderful, active dogs," Mom was saying as they walked, "and they're fine with children. I bring my own kids here to play with the pups regularly to socialize them. They're going to be great family dogs." Mom and the pack of people she was leading stopped by her kennel. Maggie Rose scooted to one side to give them room. She put both hands around me, and I felt her body tense. Suddenly, she grabbed the front of her t-shirt and pulled its soft folds completely over me. I was inside my girl's shirt, held against her skin. I wiggled in surprise. Was this a new game? Her heart was pounding. Now Maggie Rose wasn't just unhappy, she was afraid. I knew there was something I should be doing to help her, because I was her puppy. But what? I could see Maggie Rose's chin up through a small hole at the top of the shirt. Should I try to climb up there? I heard my brothers yip inside the pen, the wire gate rattling as they jumped up to put their paws against it. The spotted one. The spotted one. I want the spotted one, I heard one of the boys say. "Oh," the new woman said. "Is that the mother? I didn't realize these were pit bull puppies. Aren't they dangerous?" The breed, I mean?" "No," I heard Mom reply firmly. "There's a lot of misinformation out there. Some of it's ridiculous. Supposedly, pits have special locking jaws, which is of course not true. People also say brains never stop growing and that the increasing pressure makes them crazy. No idea who would believe that. Some pits are trained as attack dogs, which is a shame, but most of them are as gentle as this sweet girl. If you treat them with loving kindness, that's how they will be with people." "Can I have him?" the boy begged. "His name is Gunner, but you should feel free to rename him whatever you would like," Mom said. "Yes," the other lady said. "If that's the one you want, that's the one we'll take." I felt Maggie Rose suddenly relax. Thank goodness. Whatever was bothering her had stopped being scary. I seized a fold of her t-shirt in my teeth and shook it. Then I wrestled with it. "Here, Lily," Maggie Rose whispered to me. She picked up the hem of her shirt so I could squirm back out into the light. That was a strange game. I liked tug the rope better. The new boy had picked up Whitetail Brother and was holding him under his chin. Whitetail Brother was wiggling around to lick the boy's neck, just as I liked to do with Maggie Rose. The new woman and man were smiling as they watched. "Yes, I want him," the boy insisted, hugging the Whitetail Brother close. "Okay, then. You've already filled out an application and we've checked your references, so we're all set," Mom said. "We can take him now?" the new woman asked. We've got a crate in the car." "Perfect," Mom smiled. The boy carried Whitetail Brother away down the hall. He must be going on an adventure. Maybe he was heading outside. Oscar meowed as they went past, and Freddie the ferret dashed up to his gate to see what was happening and then dived back into his den. Mom lingered behind to gaze down at Maggie Rose. "You see, hon? See how happy they were?" she asked gently. "That's how this works. We don't just find new owners, we make families." My girl didn't answer. She put me back in my pen after a final cuddle and kiss. Her sadness was out in the open again. I sat and stared up at her, wondering if I should have tried to stay under the t-shirt longer. Later that day, I realized that something very strange had happened. Whitetail Brother did not come back. I dodged away from Biggest Brother, who wanted to sit on me, and nipped at Brown Brother's nose so that he'd keep his distance. Then I went to my mother, who was sitting up in her corner, watching the gate alertly. She barked once, sharply. The meaning could not have been more clear. She wanted all of us near her. I pressed against her side. My brother stopped splashing in the water bowl and went to her too. But Whitetail Brother did not come. Not ever again. He was gone. Over the next few days, the same thing happened again and again. New people came and talked and were happy, and when they left, they carried away a puppy from my family. Brown Brother went with a man and 3 girls who all talked at once. Biggest Brother was carried away in the arms of a tall young woman wearing jeans and boots and a wide, wide smile. Maggie Rose was playing with me each time this happened. She kept me in her lap the whole time, which made me feel better when the people left with a brother. Maggie Rose was safety, just like my mother. She had strong arms and a warm lap, and I could feel the love in her hands and hear it in her voice. I knew she would not let anyone take me away. And that's the end of chapter 5 of Lily's story. Thank you for listening.